Hello again. This is part 2 of this week's podcast. I'm not going to go through the introduction again because I did it in part 1 and I've got plenty to talk about. I don't want to waste any time. If you haven't watched part 1 already, I will link it in the description so that you can. I'm just going to carry straight on where I left off, which was with a couple more projects to talk about. My cat is crying to be let in, but my husband is working across the hall and he's having meetings, and if I have my door open you can hear him. So I'm going to have to keep it shut out. If you can hear crying in the background, it's just the cat. Right, project. Hang on a moment. This project is living in this lovely tote bag from Edinburgh Castle when we went. Well, we've been several times, but I bought this in March this year. These tote bags are absolutely perfect project bags. They hold so much stuff. Really, really good for the bigger projects. And this is currently holding my project that is, what was I saying? Sorry, I had to pause a moment and now I can't remember what I was saying. The project that is using up my advent calendar from Vicky Brown Designs from last year. And this is the Stella Shawl by Shawl Designs, and it is gorgeous. I haven't done loads, but at the moment it's a big long rose, so actually I have done quite a lot of work on it. It just doesn't look like much. But it is a triangular shawl worked from the top, so the further along I get, the shorter the rose will get, so it'll get quicker, which is nice. And I love it. I absolutely love it. It's working up so nicely. And it's really thick. I'm using DK weight yarn, and it's mosaic crochet, which makes it almost double thickness. Overlay mosaic. Not quite double, maybe 1.5. But it is working out. Oh, it's just it's squishy, and it's going to be so warm when it's done. So I can't wait for it to be finished. It's going to be a proper like blanket shawl, snuggle on the sofa kind of thing. So yes, the pattern is the Stella Shawl by Shawl Design, second mention in one episode. It's from her book that she released last year, I think, which is dark and dramatic. It's called something like Dark and Dramatic Mosaic Crochet, something like that. Go and find it. It's a beautiful book full of beautiful patterns. This is just one, and the yarn I'm using is, for the colours, of which there are many, that's my, as I said, my Vicky Brown Designs advent calendar from last year. So it's DK weight sock yarn. Look how pretty the back looks, actually. And then the backs of crochet projects aren't always all that exciting, but because it's overlay mosaic, you get the actual pattern on the front, and then you get a sort of lovely stripy effect on the back. And because of the colours, I really love it. I think I could wear this whichever way around, it doesn't really matter. And the black yarn, I'm all over the place today. This is going to be an incredibly incoherent podcast, I do apologise. Where's the label gone for the black yarn? Here we go. It is Yarnsmith's Merino Sock in black, which is a 4-ply yarn, but I'm holding it double, which makes it roughly DK. It's very, very slightly thicker than the other yarn, only just. And it works really well using the two together. It's fine. And yeah, like I say, it's just beautiful and squishy, and I can't wait to wear it. So I need to get lots more done on that. I am intending in December to only work on things for, I was going to say for me, no, I've got a couple of little presents I want to make as well, but mostly just work on things for me. So hopefully I will get lots of this done in December. I can wear it, maybe not in December, I probably won't finish it then, but wear it in January, February, when it's really cold then too, because it always is at that time of year. I'm really looking forward to it. He looks pretty cool like that actually as well. Spiral it up. That's pretty. Yeah, I feel like I should have more to say about that, and I don't really, other than that it's gorgeous and I love it. So that is that project done. I'm sure I've got one more. I do. Where is it? There's not a lot to show you for this one. Again, it is one I've mentioned before. It's another work in progress. This is the Peace on Earth cushion, maybe. I might have changed my mind again. The original pattern was for bunting. I will show you. Go by, yes, that was right. Designed by Love Dotty Crochet for the Crochet Society subscription boxes about 2 years ago now. I think it wasn't last year, it was the year before. And it's still not going to be bunting because I won't use bunting, although I think this is going to be for sale, but still I don't want to do bunting. Yeah, it's gone through a few incarnations. I've talked about it a lot in previous episodes, so I won't go into it all now. But I was going to make a cushion. I've made now all of the little squares. I've got the letters as per the pattern. I've got the extra squares that I've designed myself. Done them all, blocked them all yesterday. And I'm thinking, actually, I'm not sure. It would be a massive cushion and it might be a slightly odd shape because the pieces are rectangular. So I'm thinking I might do a wall hanging instead. I don't know, I need to figure out how I'm joining them all. And I need to get this done this week, really. Because I want to take it along to the market at the end of the month. See part 1 for details. We'll see what happens. But yeah, basically I've blocked all the little squares, rectangles. The original pattern was designed for tapestry crochet. I didn't really like it. I just think it's a perfectly valid technique and it can look really, really good. But I think with letters and other sort of detailed designs, the edges are a bit rough. So I have redone them all in Tunisian crochet. It's the first time I've ever done Tunisian crochet. Well, here's one of the ones I've designed, look. And oh, that hasn't worked. There we go. And I'm really pleased with how it's working in Tunisian. So my tension's a bit off, these are a bit wonky in places, but good blocking has sorted them out. And just the designs, oh, that one hasn't worked especially well. They're so neat and clean, really sharp, defined edges, and I think it's going to look really, really good. I just need to work out how to join them all together. I just thought I'd go through and show you one of these while I'm talking. Whether or not I want to add a border to each of the pieces or not. It's a little cracker. Yeah, how to join them together. Probably put a border around the whole thing, especially if it is going to be a wall hanging. Watch this space. Hopefully it'll be finished. Hopefully I'll have sold it by the next time I speak to you. A girl can hope, right? We shall see. The right way up. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how they've come out. Like I say, I've just dropped a load of them on the floor. Never mind, I'll tidy that up when I'm done. Yeah, I've learned a lot about how to keep good tension with Tunisian crochet. It's not always worked particularly well, but I'm getting there, I'm learning. Some of these are better than others. These are all using a yarn that is exclusive to the Crochet Society boxes. It's their own yarn and it is called Confection DK. And I really, really wish you could get it in other places because I'm no longer a subscriber. Just because I've had so many of the boxes now, they're starting to get a little repetitive, which is not a criticism. It's just because I've had so many boxes. And I can't really afford it. So I stopped a few months ago now. But this yarn is gorgeous. It's so soft. It's 100% acrylic. But it's beautifully soft. It'd work really well for baby projects, blankets and garments and stuff for babies. And it can split a little, but otherwise it's just so lovely to work with. And it's got a good range of colours. Obviously those are all quite muted, those ones, but they've got some lovely bright colours too, if that's your thing, which it usually is for me, to be fair. I much prefer not necessarily bright, but much more saturated colours, nice kind of rich colours are my thing, really. So yes, I hope that one day Crochet Society will decide that the rest of the world can have that yarn too, because I love it and my stash is running low. But that's that. I think that's all the crochet projects I was going to talk about. Let's pop that out of the way. Pick up all those other bits in a minute. Right, let me have a drink and regroup, and I'll talk about everything else. Oh, editing Jenny is going to be annoyed. I just got distracted. The camera was still running and I was just faffing. Okay, I have got a little bit of incoming goodness to show you. Except it's buried. Hang on a moment. There we go, I have it. This is a lovely big box. Paid for, unfortunately, by myself. From World of Wool. I bought some more fibre for spinning. I don't need it. I haven't used up all the fibre that I bought at Yarndale yet. But I was going through, I'll talk about this a bit more in a bit, I was going through the yarn that I have spun up, sorting that out a few days ago. And rediscovered, I knew it was there, but rediscovered the bamboo yarn that I've spun. And it's just a single at the moment and I want to ply it with something. I don't want to ply it with itself. So the other fibre I've got already wouldn't go with it. It wouldn't look, I'm sure it'd look fine. It wouldn't look how I want it to look. So I was like, well, I need to order some more fibre then to go with it, don't I? So I went and had a look and I've bought some fibre specifically for that. And then some other stuff because it was pretty. So let me show you. This might be a bit rustly because it's all in plastic bags to keep it nice and safe. Put that down there. So apologies for the noise. Let me show you the fibre that's to go with the bamboo first. So the bamboo fibre is a very light shade of slightly greyish purple. I wanted more purple to go with it, and I originally thought I will just get one purple colour, one skein, it's not skein is it yet because it's fibre, I don't know what you call them, I'm not up on the terminology for spinning yet, so let me know what these are called. I don't know, bump, some people say bump, I don't know, one thing of fibre in one shade of purple, and apply them together. I thought I'd go for one that was really similar in shade, so it'd be very lightly marled but more in terms of the texture than the colour. I haven't said, I had already decided I wanted to use wool to go with it, so it'll be a bamboo wool blend kind of. And then I saw this pack which has got 5 shades of purple in it. They are in no particular order: aubergine, amethyst, ultraviolet, heather and lavender. Got that on the wrong side, you can't see. And they're all 100% merino. It's the mixed pack of merino wool. I don't know which is which, I probably could work it out, but I'm not going to right now. But look at the beautiful colours. That's the one, and that might be aubergine, not sure. So lovely. So I thought what I will do is I will aim for, when spinning, a sort of self-striping-ish yarn, maybe, but with quite long, maybe that one's aubergine, I don't know, with quite long, there'll be long stripes. I'm not making any sense, am I? I may try for a gradient, I may just mix it up, I haven't really decided yet. I will have a think before I start spinning, so otherwise I will do it. I can't really do it wrong when I'm making it up, but I will do something that I don't like. Hang on, stop rustling while I'm talking. There we go. So yes, I need to decide exactly what I'm going to do with that. And I'm going to have to spin it in sections anyway, because I want to do, I do all my spinning at the moment on a drop spindle. Hopefully after Christmas that is going to change. We shall see. And I like to spin yarn as fine as possible. I haven't yet managed to get a fingering weight yarn after plying, but I'm getting closer. But that means I have to use a very lightweight drop spindle, which means it's, in fact you'll see it in a minute, which means it's quite small, so I'm going to have to spin in sections anyway. So I may do, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was going to say I could spin as much as the spindle will take of each colour, and then figure out the colour order when it comes to plying. That's a thought. Anyway, I'm waffling and I've got too much to talk about to be able to do that, so I'm going to waste time. Let me show you the rest of this fibre that I bought. It's more merino, I think. Is it? Doesn't actually say. I'm pretty sure it's all merino wool. Trying not to rustle too much, but they're very rustly bags. This is called Tannenbaum, which of course is German for Christmas tree. Look at that beautiful colour. I have no plans for this. It was just gorgeous, and the same for the next two that I'm going to show you. That was Tannenbaum. I've then got Peacock, which is also gorgeous. It's a perfect name for that colour. That is proper peacock. Bluey green. Well, no, blue with a hint of green, isn't it? That sort of peacock neck colour. And then I saw this one and could not resist. This is called Glitzy Raven. I mean, if you know me at all, if you know me at all, and it's just black, but it's got a sheen to it and a little bit of, just a little bit of a special something. So that is just lovely. Right, let me put these all away again, and then I'll carry on. Yeah, really excited to spin all those up. It will be a while, I think, before you see them spun, but yeah, it'll be good fun when I get to it. Right, we'll segue nicely onto a bit of chat about spinning. So I thought I'd show you all the yarn that I've spun up so far. Not quite, because I've got 2 bits that are packaged up to go somewhere that I won't mention. Don't want to say too much more about that, but yes, there are 2 that I can't show you. First of all, I'm going to pop a picture up here of the one that I've just finished. I would show you, but it's downstairs drying. I washed it last night. Well, soaked it, don't really wash it, but yeah. So it's hanging up drying, and it's from Adelaide Walker, the fibre, and it is a blend of, I think, Shetland wool, bamboo, nylon and viscose, and it's spun up so beautifully. Unfortunately, when it came to plying it, I messed up a bit. It kept snapping while I was plying, not the bit that I plied, but the bit I was plying from, if that makes sense. So the finished skein is a bit of a mess and very inconsistent, which is a shame, but I will use it for something, and it's really soft and like drapey. And now that it's plied up, it feels really strong, so that's good. I have another Adelaide Walker that I'll show you in a minute, but I thought I'd just go through this old stuff first. These are, will I take them out of the bags? Yes, I will. Sorry, more rustling. These are some of my earliest spin attempts. These are 2 the same. They're all twisted up mostly. I won't get it all out. These ones 2 the same. So these look horrendous. I had a lot of fun and it was good practice. So this is a combination of some very cheap wool that I bought on Amazon and various old scraps of yarn and other bits of fibre that I had lying around. I think I've done a 2-ply with that. Bits of it look great. Look, that bit there. That bit there looks brilliant. Other bits not so much. But it was good fun, and it's a nice, like fashion yarn, you would call it. I will use it for something. I don't know what yet, but I'll figure something out. And the rest of these are on a very similar vein. Right, this one, actually no, hang on, let me show you the other really rough one. This, which is again sheep wool plus miscellaneous scraps. I haven't twisted this up because it's a bit, when I wound it, it's not really long enough to twist it. But it does mean I can show you it a bit better actually. So again, really inconsistent, very rough and ready. Some bits look better than others. I just had fun. It was really good practice getting used to spinning and figuring out how fibre behaves, and yeah, using up lots of bits of random fibre that I had knocking around. These 2 actually are the same, so I'll just show you one of them. This was a little bit more special. This is a blend. The base fibre is actually a combination of 2. I spun up some Corriedale yarn and some Shetland Corriedale wool and some Shetland wool into very similar shades of purple. They were both bought from World of Wool. And then I had scraps of acrylic left, sorry, it's a rustle, left over from a blanket that I made for Ned, a couple of years ago now, maybe a bit more. I'm going to untwist this actually so you can see it properly. And they're all in blues, and all the yarns that I used, sorry, for that blanket were blues and aquas and I think a deep purple again. And so I saved all those scraps because I'd started doing a little bit of spinning by the end of making that blanket, and I spun them all in with this yarn. So we've got, I think I ended up doing either the Shetland or the Corriedale. One of them I spun just as itself, so there's the plain purple single, and then I incorporated the scraps into the other one as I was spinning it. So you've got this, it's actually worked out quite well, I think. This sort of uneven, variegated marl effect going on. Move that across for you. That was a notification on my phone, sorry. But yeah, I love it. Again, I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I've got quite a lot of this. Maybe I'll make myself, I don't know, a little scarf or shawl or something. It's just got lovely memories in it. It was my first, it's what I call my first proper spin. This. And I do love the colours. But finally, let me show you some absolutely gorgeous stuff. This is working out pretty well. It's become a little bit finicky. This is 100% merino wool. I've only got a little bit left. I've just got the one 25 gram bump, whatever you call it. But look at those colours, aren't they gorgeous? And this is from Adelaide Walker again. Show you the label now. There's her label. And yeah, it's just 100% merino. And is it the first time I've spun 100% merino? I think it is. And some of the time it works up absolutely without a problem. It goes really well. Getting really, really good spin out of it, and then I'll get a bit that just keeps snapping, keeps breaking, keeps pulling apart. So I've had a few frustrating sessions with it, but look how lovely it's looking. Sorry, that's just, I hope this is focusing, I can't actually tell, I can't see my screen well enough. Look at those colours. Just that subtle variegation in it. And apart from when I've had to breakages, I've managed to get a pretty consistent thickness out of it. It is working up quite fine. Hopefully you can see that across my hand. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with this. Obviously I've only got a little bit, it's just that 25 grams. So I'm going to spin it up as it is. I might leave it as a single, or I might make it a 2-ply. Might make it a 2-ply just to give it a bit of extra strength, and then I'll use it as a bit of colour work maybe in something, I don't know. All this yarn that I'm spinning, no idea what I'm going to do with any of it. Yeah, just sorry, noise. Just spinning because it's fun at the moment really, but I will use it all one day maybe. And then I have a sort of vague intention, I'm hopefully getting an electric spinner from my dad for Christmas, possibly. And so if I do, I will be able to spin more and more quickly. I will do some on drop spindle still, I think, because it's very relaxing, and part of when it keeps breaking. It's usually very relaxing, but I'll be able to spin a lot more quickly, actually get through my fibre stash, turn it into my yarn stash instead. And so my plan is to practice, get as good as I can, as consistent as I can, and then possibly sell hand spun yarn. Let me know what you think. Yeah, anyway, that is all the spinning, I think. Yes, it is. So one more little other crafty thing. Hold on a sec. Editing Jenny's going to get annoyed again because I'm going to be just leaving the camera running while I sort things out. Right, I have mentioned a few times in the past that I have been playing with polymer clay and then haven't really shown you much. So I thought I'd show you a little bit today from my latest batch of things. It's mostly Christmassy stuff, but I will start by showing you these buttons. I think they're lovely. These are made using the scrap clay. Basically, I will do a batch of whatever it is I'm deliberately making, and then the scrap clay I will combine all the colours together, roll it out, and then cut buttons, and then I use whatever's left over from that to make scrappy stitch markers as well. I'm trying to use up every single scrap of the clay, so I'm not wasting any. No, other way, that way. But what I love, because of the way the clay combined, you get a kind of marbled effect, and every single button, every single stitch marker that I make like that is completely unique, which is lovely. So I've got a few more of those. I mentioned in part one I want to make some buttons for the cushion I've made for my sister, so I only need 2 for that cushion, but I will inevitably make more than that, so there'll be those as well. These will all be going in my shop at some point very, very soon. Yeah, I'm having fun, basically. I've now, this past week, I've got some of the Posca paint pens because I like working with clay in terms of cutting out the basic shape. I am rubbish at like adding in tiny details and stuff. It's just not, I don't know, I haven't got the coordination, I haven't had enough practice basically, and I can't be bothered to practice. That's not where I want to go with it. So I've got the paint pens so I can add detail to them. So I've got here these, hang on, it's really hard to hold these and show you, snow globe shapes. I've coloured in the bases. I've done every base a different colour. I'm going to add some glitter, I think, to the globe part, and these will be stitch markers. So I've got a load of those, but I'll just show you one more. And basically I'm just having fun. I thought I'd make stitch markers for myself and then hopefully sell others as well. This is super tiny. I don't know if I'll be able to show you this or not. I will try. I've got some itty teeny tiny stitch markers. Don't know if that'll, other way, that way. I'm hoping that'll focus. Tiny snowmen. Don't know if that's focusing or not. I hope it is, but they're super small. And equally tiny Christmas trees. And I've got a bunch more shapes. Actually, I've not done nearly as much as I meant to. Loads more Christmassy shapes to cut out. I want to get a bunch more done in time for the market at the end of the month. But again, I will be putting them up in my shop at some point. Stitch markers, buttons, bag charms, that sort of thing. Really, I'm just having fun. It's good. So that's those. There's not really a lot more to say about them. And then I think the final thing to talk about, and I will actually pause my camera this time while I go and get it because I haven't got it out, is the WIP Rescue. I'll be right back. Okay, I mentioned last time, I think, that because I have such a big stash of old works in progress that are in hibernation, and I will come back to, but I've got a lot of them. Because of that, I want to pick one each time I do a podcast. Pick one to focus on. I might not get it finished within the 2 weeks until the next episode, but I might. And if I don't get it finished, depending on the project, I'll either carry it on to the next one or I'll swap it over and focus on another one for a bit. Basically, I just want to get some of these projects moving, get some work done on them. Last time I cheated a little bit by choosing the Peace on Earth project, which I needed to get a shift on with anyway. I've made really good progress with that. It is coming together. It's now definitely a current WIP anyway, so I'm still working on it. I need to get it finished, but I thought I've probably got time on my hands just about to choose another one. So I've pulled this out of my stash. This is a project that I started a couple of years ago, possibly now. I'm trying to remember whether we were in the old house. No, I think we had moved in here, I think. So that makes it under 2 years, but not by much. This is, I can't remember the actual project name now. Have I got it printed out anywhere? It was a hobby make-along to make a cardigan. It was a mystery one. It was No Shades of Grey. Is it? Something like that. I haven't written it down. What was that? I'll look it up and I'll put it in the description, but it was something like the No Shades of Grey Mal. And it was a great concept, really great designer, and the cardigans that were finished looked great, but I struggle with projects that require you to make the same part over and over again, or that are all one stitch, or anything like that where it's really, really repetitive. It's just something I don't enjoy, and this is one of those projects. So I got a certain amount of the way through it and then gave up, basically. So I have got lots and lots and lots of little squares like this. I think I only did these ones that are half and half. I started that one. So I think they're mostly, I think that's 2 colours. Tons and tons and tons of them. Yeah, they're all different colours. Sort of neutral-ish colour and then a contrast. Got loads of them. All that in there, look. And then I have 2. Didn't realise I'd done 2. 2 of these squares, which are like a log cabin type square, which are quite fun. And then I got bored and gave up. I'm not going to come back to it. I'm not going to make the cardigan. So my decision now is, do I frog all of these squares? Bearing in mind I have woven all the ends in. So frogging, once I've found the ends and unpicked them, will be fine, but it's not going to be easy. So do I frog them all and repurpose the yarn for something else? Or do I repurpose the squares? I've got loads of them. I could probably make a blanket, sort of lap blanket size, possibly even a little bit thicker, It's lightweight cotton. This is all using the Hobby Rainbow Cotton in 8/4. Let me show you a label. I'm sure I've got one looking around. Yeah, there we go. Just excuse the fact that I've written on it. Hobby Rainbow Cotton 8/4, so it's a fingering weight yarn in various different colours. I've got lots of partial skeins left, skeins, whatever, which can go back in my stash, so that's nice. But yes, I can make a lightweight blanket or a cushion or a bag or something else. I don't know. Let me know what you think, because I am struggling to decide. Don't know what to do. My first instinct was just to frog it all and repurpose the yarn, put it all into a scrappy blanket. But I think frogging it is going to be really frustrating because I have woven the ends in, and I just kind of want to get rid of this. I want to get it out of my stash. And also that's actually quite a lot of yarn in there, in those squares. So I can add that to my yarn usage total for the year as well. Not that I'm trying to use up a lot, although I kind of am. But that'll be satisfying to add in a big number. So yeah, let me know what you think, what I should do. I'm thinking repurpose the squares, but I don't know what to make with them. So any ideas, please put them in the comments for me. Because yeah, I just don't know. Right, I think I have now reached the end of what has become an incredibly rambly podcast. Certainly all the projects talked about, all the other random bits and bobs, and I think all I was going to say before I stop is to tell you when the next podcast episode will be. So this will be going out, obviously you'll have seen it by then, but this will be going out on the 22nd/23rd of November. Next release date should be the 6th of December. As I mentioned in part 1, I will be doing Vlogmas, so there'll be hopefully daily videos as well throughout December, but I am planning to keep on top of the podcast episodes, standard podcasts, for you, so there should be plenty of content. On the subject of Vlogmas, actually, I meant to say in part 1, I'm thinking of putting together a list of other YouTubers who are also doing Vlogmas, not necessarily crocheters, just anyone who's doing it. I know of a few already, but if you know of anyone, please let me know, because there are so many YouTubers out there. Please let me know, and then in the Vlogmas videos I will put that in the description for each of those. So if you want more Christmassy crafty content, Christmassy vloggy content, you'll know where to go. I think that's it. I've probably forgotten a whole bunch of stuff. This was very uncoordinated and rambly. But hey, it is called Chaotic Crochet Chatter, so what do you expect? Yeah, thank you for being here. I didn't say that at the beginning. Thank you for joining me, for coming along. Equally big thank you whether you have been here before and come back, or whether you are brand new. You're all appreciated so much. I won't go on too much, but if you haven't subscribed yet, please do think about doing so. It helps my channel grow, and it means you will get notified every time I post a video. So if that's something you're interested in, just click that button. It takes a second. And yeah, comment if you want to, like it if you liked it, and I'll be back in a couple of weeks with the next one. Right, thanks again. Bye for now.